Hello, everyone. Welcome to WESaga Live. WESaga is our initiative highlighting the women who are empowering Web3 and emerging technologies with their contributions in this space. I'm Nicole Colwell, Executive Vice President and Chief Alliance Officer and founder of WESaga, our women's initiative. We're building a community of women and allies committed to providing support, making connections, and creating opportunities for women to onboard in and engage in Web3, the next evolution of technology, and with PraSaga, the next evolution of blockchain. So today I am absolutely thrilled to introduce you to such an amazing woman who is blazing trails in the cosmetics and beauty industry in Web3. Founder and CEO of WhollyGloss, an innovative beauty company focused on beauty, art, and technology. And she's also winner in the Consensus by CoinDesk Web3athon in 2022. Erica, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here today.
Listen, I'm so excited to be here to talk about beauty, art, technology, creativity, women, and tech. I just can't wait to get started.
All of our favorite things here. I am very excited to get started. So Erica, let's just dive right in. Tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll start talking about WhollyGloss.
Yes, of course. So I am a fashion, beauty, entertainment type of girl. I grew up in it starting from back when I was elementary, middle school. I did fashion shows, pageants, everything. So I was always into beauty and fashion. So it's kind of like in my blood. I knew I was going to end up in this industry somehow, some way. So yeah.
Amazing. And then you're also now in technology too, and we'll get to that for sure. Let's talk about WhollyGloss. A little bit about you and how you were inspired to create this beauty brand.
Yeah, so WhollyGloss was birthed after I had my son. Really, I needed a pick-me-up. I was going through a little bit of postpartum, and I was just like, I really need something to pick me up, and that was lip gloss for me. It was like, it just hit me like I needed a lip gloss that wasn't so like see-through, that really would still give me color. So I went on a search. I tried to create it, tried to, find private labels that maybe could help me. And so that's what I discovered. I went on like a manhunt and I found it. And it was from there that I really started WhollyGloss.
That's amazing. And I love that you combine though beauty and art as part of the mission of WhollyGloss as well. And then, let's talk about how technology got into play, because like I said, when I entered you, it's an innovative beauty company and you're combining the best of beauty and art and technology, which is an interesting mix. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. So one day I was reading an article from Vogue Business, and I had been in this stretch where I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to use myself. I'm going to do my makeup every day and I'm going to take selfies of me using a product. And I'm just like, I have all these selfies of me and my phone, with my product on. Oh my gosh, this guy, I read the article, it said he is using his selfies and selling them on, I believe it was OpenSea, and he was actually making them NFTs, and people were actually like bidding on them, buying them for like 300, this and that. And I'm just like, ding dong, why wouldn't I make my beauty NFTs, my beauty selfies into NFTs? And I'm like, that's like a no-brainer. And I always love beauty, art, technology, and I just love being creative and different. So that's how I really started with my idea with the beauty NFTs, from taking my real life selfies and making them into NFTs, and I put them side by side to show people.
That's really cool. I love that.
Yeah.
And so you also had this idea for a loyalty program, right? For WhollyGloss. So that was through the NFT concept.
Yeah, so that's through the NFT concept. I really want to include my customers on this experience with art and beauty, where they can eventually, through my brand, create their own, have an experience and not just be about pushing products, beauty, but I want them to have an experience with art, whether they're looking at a piece of art, beauty NFT of me, or they can create their own and just live in a community led, like beauty, art, tech. It's like a community where women who, like those type of things can be in, to buy products or even just to create or experience beauty, art, or, technology.
Well, I think, and one thing that we had talked about with your loyalty program, it also gives the users the opportunity to engage more, even in the development of some of your new product lines or ideas you're coming up with.
Yeah, so I have a line of products that I really want to launch, but I really want it to be community led, and I really want the opinions of my customers. So I'm also building on my website where people can vote, and if you vote, you can gain points. It's just like it makes it feel like you're part of the brand and you're growing with the brand. You're helping me, and you have some type of stake in equity within the brand because you're helping me create it, and you have your say in your part in the brand. So it's just not, me telling you, you're really part of the community.
I think it's a win-win on both sides because as a consumer, that's exciting for me to know, to feel like I'm part of something bigger than myself, and also part of the community of like-minded beauty lovers and art lovers and technology lovers, right? But then on the commercial side, I think it's really interesting too, because there's loyalty programs out there. There have been for so long, but they were mostly in the Web2 space. So a lot of it was about gathering information on the consumers and utilizing that. But this is more about the engagement and the community from a Web3 space.
Yeah, it really is. It's really a different approach. I really want to be community led. I think it's more more authentic, more genuine, more personal. And I just believe that's the way we're going within the industry. And I just believe that people want more than products. They want experiences. So, with our loyalty program, you may be able to be invited out to an exclusive event or receive exclusive items or content. People like that type of stuff, and especially when you're trying to grow a brand and you want to feel part of a brand, and I want my customers to feel appreciated, heard and seen.
I think it's a very innovative approach, and I love that you're blazing trails here, because I do think that this is the direction that the world is going. We're all wanting more experiences and more community-based things and feeling like we're a part of something, especially after the events of the last several years. I'm seeing that need, and I love the idea of having also the in-person experiences for those who are part of the community and who are contributors in the community. That's really exciting.
Yeah, it's fun. It's something to look forward to. It's an experience that'll, last a lifetime, and you'll have that connection with me. You'll have that connection with the brand. And I think that's what people really appreciate, especially when they're spending their dollars with you, whether, they contribute, they donate, or they buy products. However, they support your brand. It's a way to show appreciation immediately, So.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that major companies and smaller companies really need to take note of.
Yeah.
This approach is more community-based, more personalized, and much more valuable overall for the consumer and for the brand.
Yeah, it's definitely a win-win situation. And that's always been my mindset with my businesses. I always want to, always put my customer first, but also, make sure our business is thriving and, providing experiences for our community, being creative, and just showing that you can think outside of the box and do different things and be successful at it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah. So you weren't in technology before, right? Not at all. And this is something so important for women, but for everyone to hear that, you don't have to be a technologist to be in Web3, because neither you or I are.
No.
So I have a career in technology, not a technologist, but let's talk about how you found out. You talked about the article in Vogue Business, but then how did you get to a point where you're entering a hackathon of all things?
Yeah, so into the hackathon, I was when I got the idea, I'm like, okay, clearly I have to learn about this. And I'm a learner, I'm always learning. So I started to like search on Clubhouse where I felt like I can get the information as fast as I could because it was so many pages on there.
Right.
And I went on there and they were talking about, hackathons. I'm like, what is this? I Googled it. I'm like, okay, that's where you can submit ideas and people will support you. And then, I got on stage and I was like, well, I have no experience in it. And the lady who's hosting the event, she's like, it doesn't matter if you have keep your idea simple and just submit it. If you know you have an idea, it was given to you, however, just write it down, make it simple, make it plain, and submit it. And just make sure you're authentic in your submission and just go for it. You never know. So I like waited to the last minute. Literally, I started it and didn't finish. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it simple. I didn't have any tech people. I did everything by myself. I didn't have any tech people behind me. I went on like this app I put on my phone. I created like a small video you guys asked for. I put it on my YouTube. I submitted the link. I just did what I did instinctively. It's just, created something, made it simple and submitted it. And I was just like, I didn't think in a million years you would be like, I would get an email that said, congratulations, you're a winner of, I'm like, what? I'm like, and it's just that simple, long as you're authentic in what you're saying and you make your plan simple and your ideas simple, then I guess, people will really, be clear on your vision. And I think that's what you guys saw in my submission and in my project.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just for notes, so last year, CoinDesk hosted Consensus. And with that, they had the largest Web3 hackathon, which is called a Web3athon. This is what Erica is talking about. She submitted her idea, and the judges were the ones who came up with you as a winner. Your vision was very clear. And I think that is so important, what you're saying about keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Because the idea it was understood, it resonated, and led to you being one of the winners in the big hackathons of 2022, which is amazing.
I know.
Congratulations.
Amazing. Yeah. And I'm just so excited. I want to tell you guys, again, thank you for believing in my vision. It was kind of like I just had to go for it. And I really appreciate you guys, seeing my vision and really like honing in and having faith and, supporting me behind it. So that I do want to tell you guys, I appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you. And we love that you're building on SagaChain. That's another thing that's really exciting. And so you learned about PraSaga and SagaChain through the Web3athon?
Yep. And I love that you guys like really focus on people, the purpose. And that was like the main thing for me, like the purpose behind it, because that's how I feel about my brand. I don't know if you guys know, to everyone's watching as well, like we really stand on our purpose behind the brand, and we really support a local charity called Mom Cares, which is like like a nonprofit for women who suffer from losing babies at birth or babies that are in NICU and stuff like that. And really providing things for them, resources, and also, makeup is a way that can help a woman, pick, like just like my story when I, had my son. It's a way that women help themselves with picking themselves up after, having a baby. It's a really, traumatic sometimes experience for certain women. So really our purpose and on you guys standing on purpose and people really stuck with me. I really appreciate that. And that's why I really connected with you guys and your platform.
Well, and we felt that alignment with you and your mission and purpose. And so it's very exciting. What is something that excites you most though about being in this Web3 space with your brand in particular?
Oh my gosh, where can I start? The possibilities, like the metaverse, the digital world, like having stuff, physical in the physical world, in the digital world. Just the possibilities, I'm so creative, like the ideas I come up with, I'm just like, is that possible? It may not be possible right today, but we're moving into that space. So I know eventually, somebody's going to crack the code, and it's going to be possible, and it's going to be, changing, just like everything changed when we got the internet. Like, I just believe there's so many possibilities, and I believe women are really at the forefront of that. And so I think that we need to start now. Women in tech, definitely, stand strong and really, submit your ideas, really, hone in, because tech is and creativity go hand in hand. I believe you could be in beauty, you could be in food and beverage, you can be in any industry, and it can really take your brand to the next level as far as creativity, innovation, and in that space.
And I think that's what's so exciting about your project, your business, Erica,
Yeah.
is that you're bringing something completely different. Most people don't think about the intersections between beauty and art and technology. You're meshing them together and show that this is really, I think in Web3, it is really about creators and builders and the opportunities there. And having things like our open source SagaChain allows you to build for free. I mean, you can basically get the code and start building.
Yeah.
So it really just opens up a world of new possibilities.
Yeah.
And, you and I have talked about this, how exciting it is for women, because I think that we weren't as involved or at the forefront in Web 1 and 2, but with Web 3, we are taking charge
it's
here.
Our creativity. It's our creativity. It's that feminine energy. It's like, really, we have ideas sitting in us. And I just want to encourage anybody that's on here to write it down, make it plain, and act on it immediately, because it can happen. It is possible. And I'm a living testimony, because, like I said, I applied to the hackathon, and I would have never thought in 1,000 years that I would be a winner. It's just like, really, but if you put yourself out there, you put your ideas out there, you just never know. Nicole, are you still there?
We're back.
Okay, you back?
Little internet connection. Hey, it happened.
Okay.
It happened. But I think, you talked about taking a chance on yourself, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think, if you didn't have that growth mindset, you might not have done that. But you took a chance on yourself and you made it easy. So I love that part of your story.
Yeah. You really have to, at some point, especially when you think about technology, people really in technology, that's all they're really doing. They're really trying to figure it out, taking a chance. It either works or it doesn't. You can always go back to the drawing board. It's so many smart people out here that can, help you. And that's one thing I will say, definitely, creating a team of people around you that see your vision, like you guys. It was like I had no one in my corner, but you have to put yourself out there. You have to put your ideas out there to make it happen, to make it a reality. You have to have a team, because it's a wealth of people out there that really can do this. So it's definitely in the mindset.
Yeah, we have a comment here, which I love, from Wendell Shannon. I'm really proud of you for winning. How had Web3 impacted your mindset as an entrepreneur?
Wow, Web3 has opened my mind up extremely. Like, I thought that it was possibilities, but then when I dived into Web3, it was like I had to pick and choose. Like, okay, do I want to stop here? Do I want to do this? It's so many options. There's so many different ways that you can really use Web3 to advantage for your business. So you just have to be like strategic about what you're honing in on, what your purpose is and what you're trying to get across to, your audience. So I could say Web3 is just like a wealth of possibilities.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
one thing that I always encourage people is maybe you don't have a beauty brand, but you might have something else. Take
Yeah.
the lessons, take the example, and figure out how you can apply it to your business, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you might have a totally different business, but be able to model something very similar from a loyalty program or NFTs or maybe a metaverse play, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
Take lessons learned. And I think learning by example is one of the best things that we can do. I love that Web3 is also so open, like open field and open
Yes.
to helping each other. That's the other thing that I think is cool about this
Yes.
is we're all learning.
Yeah. All learning. And I listened to a lot of panels about Web3 and about people going into this space, and they all say the same thing. They're still learning, they're still trying to create, they're still building. And so, it's going to take us some time, but I do believe that people are making strides. They're coming up with innovative ideas, and they're just going for it. And this is the time. The time is now. Seize the moment. It's like if you're going to get on this boat, it's the time now to do so, because the longer you wait, you're going to wake up like 5 years from now, like, wow, I knew about this. Why didn't I take a chance? Why didn't I write that creative idea down, or, even do some research on it? Like, I think the time is now.
I love that. Well,
Yeah.
Erica, so right now you're building, right? You're
Yes.
building your loyalty program. So it's something for people to stay tuned to
Yes.
and be on the lookout for. But how can people find you right
Yes.
now if you want to check out WhollyGloss and your
Yep.
journey and what you're doing?
Yeah. So they can go to my website, www.whollygloss.com. They can find me on Instagram at WhollyGloss, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. I have a good following on Pinterest where I share a lot of my inspiration and videos and stuff like that. So you guys can find me on there.
Oh, fantastic. One more question we have. Would you return to Saga and Web3 and mentor those who follow in your footsteps?
Of course, I would do that 100%. I'm a natural teacher, so I would for sure share all my knowledge. I feel like I do that now for people who don't know much about Web3 or the blockchain or the Web3 or just being creative in the tech space. I feel like I always tell people, like, you should get in this space. It's open, consider it. Here's an article about it. Here's some tips about it, how you can keep it simple and get started. So yeah, for
Well,
sure.
and that's
I would
our
come
mission.
back.
Yes,
Yes.
I love that. And that's our mission here with WESaga is we want to
Hmm.
create this community and environment that provides opportunities that we have our WESaga ambassadors like you in
Yeah.
the spotlight so you can share your story and contribute to this community and
Yeah.
also provide more opportunities for women and our allies to join, to onboard into Web3, to learn about the space and create in it. So
Yes. I'm excited. I'm excited.
any final words, Erica?
I would just say to anyone who is on here who is thinking about Web3 and technology, again, go for it. The time is now. Keep it simple. Just start with something, and then from there you can add on to it. And I think the rest will be history for you. I mean, once you get started, you'll be amazed of like the ideas you will come up with and the things you'll learn. And I would also say attend as many panels, read up on it as much as you can, because that's what's really going to spark what's inside of you if you feel like you want to get into the space of Web3 and technology and, meshing it into your business.
I love that. Erica, thank you so much for being with us here
Thank you,
today.
Nicole. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is so exciting. I'm so glad I was able to share my story and have the opportunity to get this platform and really speak to people.
Well, thank you. And be sure to check out WhollyGloss. Follow
Yes.
Erica on her journey, and we'll have we'll repost this and
Yes.
we'll have all the links there so you can absolutely find her. And WeSaga as well. Stay tuned for more WeSaga lives each month, and more and more coming from WeSaga, because we really want to support and build this community. So thank you, Erica. Have a
Thank
fantastic
you.
day, everyone. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.